I guess we'll start with an intro.
Sure. Something along the lines of, hey, welcome to this week's End of the World. You know,
Hello and welcome to Mainstream Mondays.
on the channel, hold on, can't cut.
Do you not know the name of my channel? Did you know it's very beneficial to establish an intro and keep it exactly the same every single time? It's all about optimization. It's all about clickbait.
Appealing to Zoomers?
So,
right.
hello and welcome
To Mainstream Mondays on the wonderful YouTube.com experience, tangentially related. This week on Mainstream Mondays, we're talking about bad movies. Bad movies are all around us. Every time anyone wants to have an opinion, they pour millions of dollars into their opinion, and we watch it for a hobby.
Not just any bad movies, though. This is the spooky month of October. We are gonna talk about mainstream horror.
Oh.
And
I don't want to scream for that. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not scared of me.
can you revoke your scream? Can you unscream? So,
What is the latest scary movie that is anything?
there
right
aren't
now?
movies anymore.
Right, but like, I'm sure there's plenty that's going straight to butt flicks.
Invisible Man came out this year.
Okay, is it the same exact plot line?
I didn't see it.
We're not gonna watch that movie. I'm sorry.
It's on the list.
Yeah,
I'll see it maybe. Well, here on Mainstream Mondays, let's talk about the mainstream ones, the big ones everyone knows. I guess we can start
With Minions.
I
I wasn't even part of the mainstream scene for these god awful spooktacular movies like Insidious or Paranormal Activities 5 or whatever the fuck.
There's the Conjuring series with Annabelle and the Nun. I haven't seen those movies.
Oh, they also made another fucking La Llorona.
Oh yeah.
Even the nursery rhymes were cringe. Just please leave it out.
I think Freddy Krueger killed the nursery rhyme in a horror movie trope.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna be as creepy as those little girls saying Freddy's coming for you, you know?
Or the other creepy girls who said want to play with us in
The Shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then what was the other Poltergeist? That like
Oh yeah.
And so other than that, I don't know, I haven't been scared by spooky children
So
telling me spooky things because that was one gimmick to do and they did it in old movies.
Well, we've given a bit of an overview. So let's go franchise by franchise and discuss
what little we know
yeah.
and what much we can infer from how complex their message and tone was, I'm sure.
Yeah, alright. Halloween came out last year.
It did.
The Halloween remake. Which
Featuring a banger of a soundtrack by John Carpenter.
Yeah, hell
who
yeah.
used to make better horror movies than horror movies ever could.
Yeah, actually, John Carpenter's phenomenal. Yeah, Halloween, sequel to Halloween.
Sequel to Halloween.
Yeah, sequel to Halloween.
Prequel to Halloween 5. Sequel to Halloween 7.
So what do you think about Halloween, the franchise? How many movies have you seen?
It's weird. You know what? I think I should be blaming these guys too for killing theaters. Because everyone's really hyped to see Michael Myers, whatever the fuck. It's not the British guy.
Not
the wanker. Yeah, baby.
Right.
The masked villain called The Shape. People are too excited about these Halloween movies. They show up in droves and they disappoint themselves because they're not at all holding these production companies to be making something that can at least intrigue the mind with its complexity.
Right.
It's just man with knife. It's just...
Okay, wait. There's 6 mainline Halloween films. Then there's the Rob Zombie remake. He did 2 of those. That's 8. And then the new Halloween, that's 9.
I like Rob Zombie.
I'm pretty sure there's 9 Halloween movies, and I've seen about 5 of them.
I think I've seen only like 3.
Well, you're right about why they're famous.
Yes,
Because of the shape. That's
are
a good horror movie killer.
He's iconic.
He is. I mean, he's iconic.
right.
Look, he's got the William Shatner mask.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost as frightening as real life William Shatner.
Thanks, William. Real excited for the next Star Trek thing. So yeah, Halloween would do better if it had William Shatner in it. Just William Shatner with a William Shatner mask. That way he doesn't have to fucking talk, because then it'll be a real scary movie.
No, instead of it William Shatner and William Shatner mask, it's like the movie The Mask. So they put on the mask and turn into William Shatner.
Holy shit. And then you can live the exciting life of a senile old man that no one recognizes anymore, because even the boomers that watched him they're sort of kicking the bucket.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to this week's End of the World.
So all in all, the things that make Halloween special are also the kind of things everyone knows. They know the shape, they know the knife, they know Jamie Lee Curtis because she's great in everything.
I feel like she's overworked, because I don't know, sometimes it shows.
Sure.
Like, you remember Christmas with the Cranks? Where's the Halloween special for Halloween with the Cranks? Bring back Tim Allen. I know he's dying for work.
Yeah, now it's time for the crossover film, Halloween with the Cranks.
That's
where they try to not celebrate Halloween, so Michael Myers shows up to murder them.
Another fucking trash fire of a fucking movie. Just trying to appeal to like Zoomer kids by using hip lingo.
Right.
I just don't want to hear about, oh, whoa, my Skype chat is haunted. There's a ghost in my Facebook. Because I was a shitty friend to somebody, and now they're dead and haunting Facebook. Facebook is already literally haunted. Hold on. Is Zuck here? Is Zuck here? Is he in my house? What do you think Mark Zuckerberg's favorite horror movie is? Huh? Is it the new Adam Sandler movie? Is it the new Adam Sandler? What is it? Halloween Hubie or whatever the fuck it's called?
Oh no. Halloween hubris?
Yeah, that's the real problem that's plaguing theaters.
So, Halloween
is...
the films, not the holiday. We've kind of, in the broad strokes, there are good movies in the Halloween franchise. Don't let our negativity erase that. It's just that...
I haven't even seen the good one.
Well, there you go.
Remember to put yourself into the shoes of, like, boring, bored-ass audiences.
Right.
They need something. They need...
Right.
It can't just be scene start, the shape comes in. Oh no, horrors everywhere. Our normal American family life is now being haunted.
Right.
People want to hear stupid-ass lore, and then when they get it, they have a problem with it.
Well... I guess that's probably true. A lot of fans of Halloween speculate some really stupid shit. The Halloween films are filled with retcons.
Jeez. Right? And that's another thing. Like, scary movies in general could just do this ad infinitum.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the story wasn't actually about a spooky thing from Mexico or some bullshit. It could just be another thing. Like, and that's a perfect segue into like. Including any of mainstream, trendy hot topic buzzwords.
I was about to segue to Child's Play.
Yeah,
because they did the same thing. They have a whole reboot.
Yeah, and
they just
filled with
fundamentally changed what the story was about and what it meant.
Bring back Hellraiser, and things will go much better. Can I have one more Hellraiser? Can I bring the? Hold on, is he dead?
I don't
Not the actor
know.
or the writer.
They're
all dead? They're all dead.
There's like 4 or 5 Hellraiser movies as well. So I guess that concludes the discussion on Halloween. Do you want to talk about Hellraiser? You seem more familiar. I've seen the first one. You seem a little more familiar with.
I've seen a little bit of the second one, and other than that, I don't know. I've just been exposed by the memeverse.
I ended up
seeing as much as I should about it.
I don't know which one, but I saw a random one in the series
and
on television as well.
And like the themes of the first and second movies were at least, quite intriguing psychologically.
Right, sex and violence.
Yeah, sex, violence. The human mind can be warped into the demons we fear. Mm-hmm. simple thoughts of greed, escalate, and that's great. That's a great commentary on the human psyche and how easy it is to become someone like Hellraiser or what the fuck the Cenobites. The Cenobites.
Yeah, the Cenobites.
From
what I understand, they're based on books. They're based on books, and apparently the books are a lot more graphic. There's a lot more. There's a lot more sex, a lot more sexual violence in the books. So
listen, man,
that could be exciting for the Halloween season.
Yeah, you know what? And for some ambiance, we could throw in. We could put on YouTube. What is it? The Pain Olympics.
So not much else to say on Hellraiser then.
Oh man, I mean, I'm just saying you could still rework because I had plenty of groundwork. What inspiring themes of psychological violence come from Halloween movies? What comes from the Insidious movies? What moral message is shown and then warped, and then a gruesome lesson is like what?
And then forgotten.
What?
Yeah.
I think I would rather watch Tyler Perry's Halloween. Is there a Tyler Perry's Halloween? There is, isn't it?
A Medea Halloween.
A Medea's Halloween. There must be.
There's got to be.
There must be. How do?
We'll insert footage of Medea Halloween
every time
movie.
I hear this music, it just want to drop. That's the whole from back in the day coming out.
Fuck movies. Fuck them.
Fuck
these fucking movies. You know what? We don't even have to just talk about movies. We can talk about shows. Some shows are actually doing a better job than these fucking horror movies are, like American Horror Story.
I never saw American Horror Story. I've heard great things.
So it's like there's no room for bringing that back into theaters. There's no way you can bring shows to theaters, and shows are doing well enough just being churned out on Amazon Prime.
Right. TV has kind of taken on a more film-like quality, and film has kind of died.
Long live the YouTube.
You know what? Great example for that, and great for Halloween viewing. Twin Peaks. Because season 3 is basically one 18-hour movie. I don't know if I'd call it a horror, but it is.
It's
scary.
It's quite an unsettling drama.
Yeah. Murder mystery.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to just cheaply categorize it as a murder mystery,
right?
Because far more happens in Twin Peaks
than just a murder and a mystery.
Yeah,
there's definitely mystery. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, I'm so glad all of my questions were answered from season 1 and season 2. In season 3, where I got to find out what the Red Room is. Oh wait, no, I didn't.
Oh wait, no, I didn't.
I got to find out why that brain tree looks like that. Oh
wait.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got to find out why they speak backwards.
Oh no, wait, hold on.
But you know what? All of it was worthwhile watching, especially because I was made uncomfortable several times.
Especially that incredibly spooky floor sweeping scene that goes on for 5 minutes.
Is it the chocolate bunny? Is it?
Is it the chocolate bunny? It might be the chocolate bunny.
Yeah, Twin Peaks is a great catalyst for thought-provoking, horrifying ass commentary and warped ass, vague drama.
Yeah.
You can find quite a lot that can be said in something in like David Lynch's work, where there's so little being told, and so much you have to pick up on. Yeah.
Do you think Eraserhead would make for a good Halloween movie?
Yeah. Sorry, deaf people, but the movie is much more horrifying with sound. The sound is the most horrifying part of the movie, I think.
Right. Yeah. David Lynch's sound design is really great. Whenever like a particularly good episode of Twin Peaks would roll around, you could just wait for the credits and you'd always see David Lynch under sound.
In terms of other scary movies or scary shows, there's just not much.
We briefly mentioned Child's Play earlier.
Yeah!
How many of the Child's Play movies have you seen?
Oh, jeez. I don't want to answer that question. Some of those were bad, weren't they, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Some of them remember that stupid female goth punk skater doll Chucky bitch?
Chucky's wife.
Yeah.
Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky. Great.
Hold on. I don't think she... Hold on. All right, it doesn't matter if she was or wasn't, but I don't think she was. I think it was literally just a person that was like, I want to do some scary conjuring because I'm a goth bitch.
Oh, I don't remember.
And then he's
how
back to
that
life
happened.
somehow. Somehow he's back to life. I think she might have been a fan.
Yeah,
Oh,
something
that's
like
you
that.
guys.
Yeah.
That's you guys, audience. You would have been
Right.
the bride
That's
of Chucky.
she's the audience stand-in. She likes Chucky so much she conjures him up out of nothing and forces him into the world.
Oh my God, she
again.
is the audience. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the catalyst for the audience's.
And then the horrible movie that doesn't know what it is Seed of Chucky, the kid. The two of them have a kid
Yeah, they did.
who's
I
an
was
incredibly progressive move because the child is genderless.
I was
because he's a doll.
I was so entertained when she farted out a fucking toy fetus. Dude, there was like a crew of people that were filming this. So like 20 people were around
These dolls,
these
yeah.
dolls farting out other dolls. They got paid. They made their lively work.
They're still making so now they've completely rebooted Child's Play.
Yeah.
So Child's Play is its whole
Just-
separate is one movie now
Just stop watching these movies, guys. Just stop.
with Mark Hamill. Remember him
Remember him when
from
he
that one movie?
Remember when he sucked the alien titty milk right out of the titty? Oh no, he didn't. No, that was in the extended version.
Release the Johnson cut. Release the full cut of The Last Jedi where Mark Hamill sucks alien titty.
The juice. It was like teal. It was like a teal milk. So you know, if you
So-
included that in some of the Child's Play movies, I might watch them.
Except in the new Child's Play, it's not a serial murderer possessing a doll. It's just an evil robot doll. It's an AI like fucking Terminator. But here's the thing though, is like that movie came out and it was whatever. But Chucky, the Chucky franchise, is still ongoing.
Oh yeah, they had
And
have naming rights.
They haven't been called Child's Play in a long time.
Yeah, they have naming rights, and that's why they're just
Chucky
oh,
movies
jeez.
now.
Ugh.
Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky. I've heard those are at least still schlocky fun. I mean, what the as
inexcusable. We've been
The only-
dumping
the
money
only
into this.
good-
You know, there's still starving kids somewhere. I'm sure.
the
What
only
the fuck?
actually scary Child's Play movie was the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe the new one's scary. I don't know. I haven't.
It
Seen
was, you know what? It was probably the most scary because we'd never heard of that concept, and that
Sure.
was a great way to introduce that. And so that's why it's just a stupid move to introduce
right.
remake after remake.
'Cause we've
sequel
already
after
seen it. It's not-
sequel.
it's not
We've
gonna be
already
scary
Seen
anymore.
it. We know the doll is the scary thing.
Right.
We know anywhere that a doll could fit is probably where the doll is. Whoa!
So those are our thoughts on Child's Play. Speaking of horror movies where you can just know exactly what's going to happen because it's the same every time, Friday the 13th. There's 13 of them.
I had the foresight to stop watching these movies after I saw Freddy vs. Jason because I was like, yeah, I don't respect either of these movies horrifically anymore. Now I just want to watch an action schlock garbage scene while I munch on my nachos.
I really liked Freddy vs. Jason.
I did.
For those reasons.
For the schlocky action because
Yeah.
some of it was actually entertaining.
Right, because at that point, Jason wasn't scary anymore.
Jason wasn't scary to me.
I think Friday the 13th, Jason's mom is way creepier.
Oh, and also they hardly ever go back into like what Jason's real motivations are.
Right,
He-
right, because he's supposed to
He's
be
a
a
black-
force against negligence.
Yeah, don't have sex, kids.
Right, no,
don't drink, don't party, don't say a mean thing to the nice character if you
Yeah.
can point them out. Remember, if you're a side character, keep in mind.
Be nice and don't have premarital sex, and don't shirk your responsibilities.
Ah, yes.
Those are the big ones, because like Jason's mom was upset because Jason drowned when he should have been under supervision and been being watched, and then gets saved.
Mhm.
So she's upset that these people fucked off when they should have been doing their job.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Jason goes to space.
Why did he care about killing kids that got to space? They're successful. They made it to space. Their parents are probably incredibly proud of them, no matter how much premarital sex they're having. Hey.
Friday the 13th, Part 13 was another reboot.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
And you know what's funny? I think I couldn't even tell if it was because, like, at that point I had been getting my names mixed up. At that point, I was like, okay, there's a Friday the 13th movie coming out.
And it's just called Friday the 13th.
I saw a vague trailer or something, and I was like, is this Mike Myers or is this Jason? Is this or Michael Myers? Or is this Michael Myers or is this Jason? I could not figure out from the trailer.
So yet another decent horror movie franchise running.
This is. I hope like this is painting a pattern for you guys and how theaters desperately pour money into their Halloween seasons and then they fucking flop evidently. And then they make an epic comeback season, I'm sure. Okay, back to the problem with horror movies. There's no moral theme. There's lore that's intriguing and vague. But then you've seen cases, you've paid for cases where that goes absolutely fucking nowhere. You remember the Bye Bye Man? What was the moral lesson in the Bye Bye Pee Pee Poo Poo Man? What was it? What did the kids learn before they fucking died? What was it?
It Follows had a pretty decent, had some themes and some stuff that it was talking about. I mean, it kind of, it played off of that premarital sex meme that exists in other horror movies, but it had something to say.
Yeah. It's good. You know what? We legitimately recommend The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
Is it a scary movie,
year.
or is it, as what's his face claims, a dark comedy, which is great for all audiences, great for the whole family.
Invite your grandma.
Invite the mermaid.
Tell everyone you know to gather around, and you can all watch The Lighthouse.
Oh, you know what? We recently saw the movie. Hold on. What's the best way to pronounce it? Are we supposed to say The Vivitch?
The Vivitch. Yeah.
That's a legitimate horror movie that came out at the wrong time, and people might have literally forgotten about it.
Yeah. We mentioned The Lighthouse earlier.
You can find it on a streaming service. Recommend it.
I think it's on Netflix. We mentioned The Lighthouse earlier, and that's more of like a dark comedy.
And there's plenty of praise to be spoken about it, and someone's already has, I'm sure.
But if you're looking for something to play at a Halloween party that'll really scare people, The Witch. The Witch is a good.
Yeah. Remember, you're supposed to be actually made uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And sometimes horrified.
Right.
But for the most part, to really get into the antsy nerves of the spooky season, you need to make your audience uncomfortable.
Right.
And Vivitch and Lighthouse did that very, very well. And you know what? And in the Vivitch, there was good themes. There was religion will make you blind to the truth. That was a great theme, and it held up most of the movie.
The religious persecution that kicked them out into the forest.
Yeah.
They continue amongst each other.
Yeah.
The family turns on itself, eats itself, basically.
They rely on a scripture that does more against their psyche than good.
And ultimately, they push their daughter into the arms of the devil.
Yes.
In the form of Black Phillip.
Through their vehement following of whatever the fuck they were reading off of. Was it one of the Old Testaments? I'm assuming it was Old Testament. So, good. See? There can be a plot line based around a moral lesson.
Right.
And you see too often movies that just don't fucking bother with that shit.
You ever see Hereditary?
I haven't. No, I have not. I have not.
Okay, here's an example of a series that started off doing that, kind of, and tried to do that, but the message got lost a little, I think. That's the Saw franchise.
Oof. Yeah, that's a big oof. I was a legitimate fan of those movies.
Yeah, I've seen most of them. Almost all of the Saw
I
movies.
had to tap out after the fourth one, I think.
Oh, yeah. I
don't even know if it was the fourth one, because I can't describe the fourth.
Right, what's the difference?
The fourth or third one, I can't describe those two at all.
I'm pretty sure the reboot was Saw 8, except they just called it Saw. No, they called it Jigsaw.
We're looking at you, Zoomers, all right? Because you're so inept at watching old stuff.
Yeah.
They're making new stuff, except shitty.
Like Saw was about, primarily it was the psychological factor. A serial killer puts you in a game situation where he wants you to suffer for your sins, right? It was like Seven.
And this was a murderer with a meticulous
Right.
understanding of his victims.
Yeah.
Which is great, and wow, that was a vehicle for like several lessons that could be taught.
Yeah.
Throughout each of the victims' experiences.
He was able to accurately predict what people would do.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he had such a good read on their personalities, and this makes it basically a superhero, like the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Because in the later Saw movies, he has just like fucking 20 years of foresight, and he knows exactly what entire branches of government are going to be doing in a decade about after his death. So that shit got stupid real fucking quick.
Jeez.
But Saw was a good movie, and it was about the people and their morals, and not so much about the elaborate death traps.
I'll admit, even the video game was fun.
Even
the video game was. I can't believe I'm saying it. Even the video game was fun.
The point of the movie wasn't the elaborate kills, the death traps. But that's all anyone gave a shit about.
It's what entertained everybody, and it's what.
And it's the only thing that really holds the franchise together.
Just like the big wigs in every fucking production company, they're like, I know what those audience members were clapping at, so I'm gonna need you to put more cock and ball torture in the Saw movies. You know?
We all remember the infamous cock and ball torture from Scene 3.
Yes.
Oh, you know what's a really good horror movie for this Halloween? Society.
Oh, yes.
The 1970s movie.
Man, an actual great pick of the litter.
Yeah.
I can't believe more people don't know about it.
I don't. Okay. Let's not talk too much about Society. Let's not spoil it. Let's just say
we do live in one,
it'll be,
and so do the people in that movie.
It'll be great for Halloween with your family and grandma and the little ones. Definitely bring everyone there. There's no reason, no need to worry about any.
If you need to keep spirits up,
trigger warnings.
If you need to keep spirits up, of course, we recommend spiking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, definitely.
But you might have already been planning on that.
In general, the movie is about a little mystery.
That's a movie definitely worth recommending, and also one of those movies where we just can't reveal too much about it.
No, I really don't want to even say what the plot is about. There's a neat little mystery. Go watch it, and make sure your entire family is there.
For the benefit of the children.
Speaking of movie franchises that went on way too long, did you ever see Insidious?
No, not even the first one, dude.
So I really only saw the first one.
I really thought that one was like the Paranormal Activity movie. So I was like, okay, then I know everything that's going to happen. Bye. Bye. So I checked out because I saved my money.
Well, Paranormal Activity, which we can talk about later, was a found footage.
Yeah.
And Insidious is not. Yeah. There's one really effective scare in Insidious.
Yeah.
And it's in the trailer, so sorry.
Oh.
But it's a nice little conversation between two people in at the dinner table. Mm-hmm. And
that's the scene with the big spooky Darth Maul.
The spooky Darth Maul demon is right behind the guy. There's no musical sting. There's no loud noise. It's just there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it. Everyone else at the table freaks out, and by the time he turns around, it's gone. Mm. So basically, Insidious tells the story of a man whose childhood was destroyed by the Star Wars prequels, and so now he's haunted by an image of Darth Maul.
Yeah, those prequels would haunt me too.
And his son, who's a dumb little kid, loves the Star Wars prequels. Like anyone who loves the Star Wars prequels. So
children.
And so now the father has to deal with this Darth Maul entity in his home.
Okay.
So jokes aside, I actually thought the first Insidious movie was a pretty good horror movie. Until the last few seconds of the film. You see, things are going well. you know, you've got an interesting idea. You've got the demon in the house, the Darth Maul demon. It's got a good metaphor to it about like generational trauma.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this psychic lady who came in to help the main guy go on a vision quest to go save his son.
Okay.
Everything's going well. The movie's like wrapping up really nicely. But they gotta sting you at the end. Like any good horror movie, they gotta have this. They gotta make the audience jump right before the credits roll. So the spooky old lady has a creepy face and rushes the camera right at the end, and then it cuts to black with Insidious in big red letters with the most obnoxious violin squeal I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Oh my god.
So the
Does it start playing Rob Zombie music after?
it's almost that bad. Yeah, I was expecting a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. Just one little thing to make you jump before you leave the theater so that you think it was a scary movie. I don't know why. Insidious, you had a decent thing going there.
You know what? I have a theory. Let me get my theory hat on.
Right.
I think people go to these scary movies to help with their bowel movements. They need something to just spook the poop right out of them. And then that's why the audience demands spooky jump scares.
Everyone's super tense. You know, they've got buttholes tighter than a vice. They need something to shift them out.
They need a harsh screech, and then like you just really pull
Whoa,
on the
that was a loud sound. That means I'm scared. So yeah, Insidious shit.
Poopy in the butt.
Let's see. You mentioned briefly Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah.
Paranormal. Now I've seen a couple Paranormal Activity movies.
Did they peak when they were parodied by Tyler Perry? Did they?
Are you referring to
the Wayans brothers?
Yeah.
The Wayans brothers, when they copied it, they must have really knocked it out of the park.
Are you referring to the hit film A Haunted House?
Yeah, that one was... God. It was funnier than it was scary, and that's all it needed to be. And then for
Paranormal Activity?
That one might as well be... No, I was talking about the Wayans version.
Oh, no.
And that was, thank God, because if it was even going to try to be scary, I would have thrown up in my mouth.
Paranormal Activity. I saw the first one. I think I even saw the second one.
Okay.
What happened for me was I saw the first one and it was fine. And then I saw the second one and it was basically the same movie. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Predictable.
I don't need to see any more of these. They seem to be exactly the same.
They're just so cheap. It's just so cut and dry.
I mean, they're being cheap, like monetarily isn't necessarily bad.
Oh no, I mean writing wise.
Oh, okay.
They just so cheaply deliver any of their themes or atmosphere.
Yeah, and I guess like the like paranoia angle of like putting all these cameras in your house and then watching yourself sleep.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
Right, like there was a good idea there, and I think that's kind of the problem with most of these singular movie turned franchises. There's a natural escalation to the paranormal stuff. And then at the end of it, things are crazy, right? Like at the end of Paranormal Activity, shit's just flying around.
The haunting only be escalated by its characters that are either none the wiser or the catalyst for whatever's haunting them.
Like Hereditary.
When you have the next movie about that kind of haunting with a completely different cast of characters...
Right.
They're not causing the haunting anymore.
Yeah. What you're saying is...
When you have a different cast of characters...
There's an obligation to keep up the intensity of the haunting.
Yeah.
But the characters haven't done anything to deserve that. Not like they did in the first... Because not like the characters in the first one did.
And you know what? And that's why I liked movies like Hellraiser, because the... Mm-hmm. Or even movies like... the better of the Silent Hill movies. Right. Where it's... or the Silent Hill games, the absolute best versions, where the character is the catalyst of the resulting haunting around them. Right. But when you have the next sequel with a brand new cast of characters that are none the wiser and the same spooky ghost, it's like it
loses its meaning.
It's then just, oh no, tragedy befalls American Family. Get ready to hear several shrill noises while this family runs around like chickens with their heads cut off, going like, "Why do I deserve this?" Jeez. When you, as the audience member, could legitimately be like, "Yeah, they don't.
They don't deserve this."
they don't, I'm not scared anymore. Because this is, it's the equivalent of a Jack in the Box. Because these companies, they just crank that fucking thing back and forth. See, that's the found footage genre and how it's devolved. Remember Cloverfield? Do you want to go back to that time? I think I'd rather go back to a time before that.
So, I guess we can do a little end cap, a little wrap up.
If you guys have any excellently smelling onions on your favorite horror movies or least favorite thereof, please type them in the comments and don't hit enter.
And also make sure to like, comment, subscribe because those things help us succeed.